Greetings all, sorry about the wait. Today we're going to be looking at Parallels by As I Lay Dying. It's a pretty win. Let's take a look. Guys, before we get too excited, we just got to talk about the tuning. This is a little bit strange. It's nearly D standard, but the D string from standard tuning stays the same. So we've got D, G, D again, F, A, D. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Alright guys, let's take a look at the first section. I'm going to start with a bend on 15 of the second string. Give it a bit of vibrato at the top. Then we go into this little phrase here. So what I'm doing here is I'm going 12 and then 14 on the first string, and then I want to play 14 and bend it up and back, and when I bring it back I want to do a pull off to 12, so I go, so all together, let's put the bend in front of that actually, okay, and then after that we go into this little chunk. So what I'm doing there is I'm going from 15 of the second string to 12 of the first, and then I do a slight bend on 14 and do a bit of vibrato. So all together from the start a little slower. Okay, then we go into this phrase. Alright, let's slow that down. I'm doing a pull off from 15 to 12 and then hammering back to 15. And then I use my pinky, or if you want to, you can use different fingering, but I find that's a little bit challenging. Anyway, so I'm going 15, 12, hammering back to 15, and then I hammer to 17, so it goes. And then I pull off from 17, and then go to 15, and go back to 12, so it goes. So there should be 6 notes in that little phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we want to do that same thing 3 times, but as I said before, we only want to pick through that 1. So I go 1, 2, 3. If you add a little bit of speed, it's a little easy to carry the notes. If you do it slowly, it's hard to get that legato loud. So after we've done it 3 times, then I go. So I nearly do the same thing twice. I do a slight bend on 17, and then I do a pull off once I've brought it down from 15 to 12, and then I hammer back to 17 and go 15, 12. So it's nearly 17, 15, 12 twice. I'm just doing a bend on the first one. Okay, so that whole phrase a little slower. Alright, let's try the whole thing from the start now. Alright, the second section we're just going to look at this fast runny thing. Let's go through that a little slower. I want to start from 14 of the first string, and I'm going to hammer on from 14 to 15, then pull off to 14 and then go back to 12. Okay, and then after I get back to 12, I want to hammer 12 to 14 and then pull off to 12, so to go. Okay, and then after that I want to slide from 12 to 7, and then I hammer from 7 to 10 and then pull off from 10 to 7. So to go. So go from the start now a little slower. Okay, then after that I want to go to 10 of the second string, and it's going to go 10, 8, 7, all being, well I play the first note and then pull off the next 2. And then I want to go to 9 of the third string. So it's going to go 10, 8, 7 on the second string, and then to 9 of the third. Okay, after that I want to do 7, 8, 10 as a hammer on, and then I slide to 12, so I'll go. Sorry about that. And then I slide it back from 12 to 10, so I go. So I'm going 7, 8, 10, sliding to 12, then going back to 10, and then I reverse that by going 8, 7, so I go. And then after that, I want to hammer back to 10, and then play 10, 8, 7 again, so it'll go. And I just finished the whole section on 9 of the 3rd string. I think he does a slight slide in, or you can go. Either way is pretty cool. So let's take it from the start of this section a little slower. Alright, let's have a look at the start of the 3rd section. From the previous phrase, we should have ended on our ring finger or a pointer, but we should be on 9 of the 3rd string. I like to use the pointer here. I'm sliding from 7 to 12 on the 2nd string. And when I get to 12, I do a slight semitone bend. Then I slide back to 10, this is all on the 2nd string. And then I go to 7 and pick this note and do a slight bend there. So it goes. Then I hit 7 again. Then after 7, I play 8 and then bend that up slightly. And as I said, this is all on the 2nd string. So the whole phrase thus far. And then we're working to this big triplet-y run thing. I got a bit excited and did the whole thing. Anyway, let's break it down. I want to start from 10 at the 4th string. Keep in mind this is the one that's in the weird tuning. I'm going 10, 7, 10 as a pull-off into a hammer on the 4th string. And then from that 10 note, I slide in to 12 of the 4th string, and I'm going 12 pulling off to 10, then hammering back to 12. And then I slide from there to 14, and I'm going 14, 12 as a pull-off, and then hammering back to 14 on the 4th string. So the whole 4th string thus far is this. Okay, and then at the end of that, I go 12, 14, 12 on the 3rd string, and then I want to go back up to 14 of the 4th. So it's going to go like this. It's a hammer into a pull-off, and then 14 of the string above. So the whole phrase thus far. Then after that, I want to go to 12 of the 3rd string again. We're going to hammer 12 to 14. And then I go 12, 15, 12 as a hammer on into a pull-off on the 2nd string. Okay? So I do the hammer on into a pull-off, and then when I get back down again, this time I want to pick the 15 and then bring it up and back as a bend and then pull off to 12. So I go. And then I want to play 14 of the 3rd string. So I go. Let's try the whole thing extra slow from the start of this triplet idea. So if I didn't mention before, after we go to 14 of the 3rd string, we do a hammer on from 12 to 15 to end that little chunk. Okay, and then we've just got the last bit now. Let's slow this down. I'm going to do a hammer on from 12 to 14 and then pull off to 12 on the 1st string. So it's 12, 14, 12, and then I go to 15 to the 2nd string. So I'll play that slowly. Okay, and then after that I want to go. So you notice with this idea I'm just going forwards and backwards. So I'm going 12, 14, 15, and then I roll backwards 14, 12. Okay, now the next bit's a little strange. I slide into 14. When I slide into 14, I hammer 14, 15, 17. And then from there, this is quite strange. I slide from 17 to 19, so I go. It doesn't feel so strange fast, but slowly it does feel like you're doing a little bit too much on the slidey hammer-on side on the 1 string, but with the speed behind it, it's not too bad. Okay, so from when I get to 19, I'm going to be going. It's nearly the same thing twice. So from the 19, I'm going 19, 17, 15, all on the 1st string, and then 19 of the 2nd string. And then I finish that phrase off by going 15, 17 on the first string, so it goes. And I just repeat that again, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see it's pretty much the same thing twice. After I finish on 17 the second time, I almost sort of hammer into this slide and then do a bend, but ideally at the end of this, we've got to get to 22 of the first string and do a slight bend. So it'll go. Let's try the whole triplet one and then we'll put the whole section together. Alright, let's go from the little slidey bit at the start. Let's finish this off. The fourth section starts with a slide into 4 of the third string. And then I want to go 6, 7, and then slide from 7 to 4. So it'll go. When I get to 4th fret of the third string, I want to hit it again. And then go to 2 of the 4th string. So all together. Okay, after that I go into this quick little triplety thing. I'm going 2, 3, 5 on the 4th string. And then going to 4 of the 3rd. This is a little awkward on the fingers. Just do it enough times till it makes sense and your hands start to cooperate. So I'm going 2, 3, 5 on the 4th string and then 4 of the 3rd. Then after I've hit 4 of the 3rd, I go to an open note on 3rd and then 2 open on the 4th string. So. And then at the end of that, I want to go to 2 of the 3rd string and then 2 of the 4th string. So all together of that little chunk. Let's try the whole first half of this section from the start. Okay, the next half of this section starts very similarly. I'm sliding into 4 of the 3rd string. I hit 6 again, but this time instead of just going straight to 7, I do a slight slide from 6 to 7. Then I slide from 7 back to 4 and then hit it again like we did before. Then I slide pretty much from wherever my pointer finger is. I think it was at 3 that time, but 3 or 4 is fine. We want to slide to 7. So when I'm on 7 of the 2nd string, I go into pretty much a similar phrase to what we had over here, but up the octave. So what I'm doing here is I'm going 7, 8, 10 on the 2nd string, and then hitting 7 of the 1st. After that, I want to go 8, 7 on the 2nd string, and then resolve that on 9 of the 3rd string. Then after that, I want to hit 9 again, and then go to 7. And then it hit 7 again and slide to 9. So it'll go. So I'll go from the little triplety thing now. Alright, let's try the whole section from the start, and that'll be the end of it. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. I'll catch you all real soon.